indications qui indiquent la passation du pouvoir. Voilà pourquoi nous sommes ici ce matin. Merci beaucoup.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, what you are witnessing at the moment is the folding of the national and defense flags, and they are being done by Corporal Kalu Chigozie of the Nigerian Army, Able Seaman Etimwa Emmanuel of the Nigerian Navy, Sergeant Samson Kanu of the Nigerian Army, and Sergeant Ndoma Patrick of the Nigeria Air Force. You can see them paying compliment after folding the flag as the flag bearers turn about and march smartly towards the Regimental Sergeant Major Guards Brigade, Master Warrant Officer Aliu Umar, who is carrying a case as he pays compliments and opens the case. You can see first the defense flag is being placed and the old national flag is also being placed in the case, carried by the Regimental Sergeant Major Guards Brigade. They pay compliment as he turns to his right, marching smartly towards the Commander Guards Brigade, Brigadier General A.M. Umar. He comes to a halt as the commander pays compliment. He takes a step forward and hands over the case flag to the Commander Guards Brigade as he takes his steps backward, paying compliment. And the commander turns to his right, marching towards the Chief of Defense Staff, General Lucky Irabo, CFR, who pays compliment before receiving the case flag from the commander.
Le général de corps de brigade vient de passer le drapeau national et le drapeau de la défense. Son Excellence, le général Irabo, marche majestueusement vers le président. Il passera le drapeau à l'ancien président Buhari et M. Buhari passera le drapeau au nouveau président Bola Ahmed Tinubu.
You can see the Chief of Defense Staff handing over the old national and defense flags to the immediate past President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, His Excellency Muhammadu Buhari, signifying the end of his administration, as a new national and defense flag will be given once again to the Chief of Defense Staff.
Thank you.
You can see the new cased flag, the new cased national and defense flag being presented to the new President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who will in turn present the new national and defense flag to the Chief of Defense Staff, General Lucky Irabo, CFR, as he turns about.
Le président Bola Ahmed Tinubu a passé le drapeau au chef de corps d'armée, le général Irabo. Irabo passera le drapeau au commandant des gardes de brigade et nous aurons l'usage de ces deux drapeaux dans quelques minutes. C'est la passation du pouvoir. Merci beaucoup.
You can see the Chief of Defense Staff handing over the case flag to the Commander Guards Brigade, who turns about and proceeds to hand it over to the Regimental Sergeant Major Guards Brigade, Nigerian Army, Master Warrant Officer Aliu Umar, as he pays compliment and receives the case flag from the Commander Guards Brigade, Brigadier General A.M. Umar, who pays compliment as the Regimental Sergeant Major turns about, carrying the brand new case national and defense flags, to hand it over to the flag bearers as they pay compliments. He opens the case flag. First to be retrieved is the new national flag by Sergeant Ndoma Patrick of the Nigeria Air Force, and the new defense flag by Sergeant Kanu Samson of the Nigerian Army. He pays compliment as they turn about and proceed to hand them over to Corporal Kalu Chigozie of the Nigerian Navy. Compliment being paid there once again as they take a step forward to receive the brand new national and defense flags. Compliment being paid as a turnabout and proceed to the polls for the hosting of the national and defense flags respectively, signifying the beginning of a new administration of the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR.
Mesdames et messieurs, vous témoignez maintenant l'hissage du drapeau national et du drapeau de la défense, ce qui signifie le commencement de la nouvelle. L'hissage
national and defense flags.
Very interesting pictures you're seeing there, aren't they, of activities happening right now live at Eagle Square in Abuja. It's official, as you would have seen on our Twitter thread. The government of the Buhari administration is over. We have a new president now in the person of Bola Ahmed Tinubu as the 16th president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. That picture you're seeing, of course, is one of those rare moments where the Nigerian flag is being hoisted all across, and these new flags also have been hoisted, as we have seen in the official demonstration that has happened earlier as the events unfold. We apologize for the audio. We are working on it. We definitely will ensure that we'll do it better. Okay, now, so these images are saying that indeed and indeed we have a new president right there, right now, in Abuja.
Indeed, and what was very instructive for me was at that moment, we had a new president and then an immediate past president, just about 20, 30...
I request the Chief of Defense Staff, General... to crave the indulgence of the Commander Gas Brigade to usher the immediate past president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria to take his seat. The Commander, sir.
Well, there you see the symbolic handshake between now outgone President Muhammadu Buhari and Nigeria's new president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu. I mean, it's understandable that at this venue you'll have lots of jammers, you know, jamming signals, satellite signals. So, you know, hearing the audio back and forth is testament to that one. But it's something we're working on. But there you see live images, a historic moment for Nigeria as a nation. President Buhari about to get into, well, former President Buhari, that might get some, might take some getting used to, really. Now about to get into the SUV. Of course, the SUV has been stripped of the official, you know, plates and all of that. You see people waving at Muhammadu Buhari. Now citizen Muhammadu Buhari.
Citizen.
Just like every other Nigerian.
And I think once you get into that spray, you seem to get into the statesman's club, right?
Yes, and he doesn't lose the title fully. He remains former president, Muhammadu Buhari. And, you know, Kadi was talking about emotions earlier on. I, for one, also imagined that it must have been a tumble of emotions between the outgoing president at that moment and the new president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu. You know, both of them bearing huge similarities in their trajectories as they, you know, rode to power. The former president contesting 3 times, and President Bola Ahmed Tinubu himself having to have, you know, seemingly sacrificed his ambition back then in 2015 before coming back, you know, in 2022 to clinch the ticket, you know, amid some difficulty, you know, even with a...
All right, we have just seen the proper handover and all of the military what do you call it now? Of the military ceremony for the handover. We saw the guard of honor change. We are seeing the parade vehicle for the new president. As we speak, Nigeria's 15th president is exiting the Eagle Square. The president of Muhammadu Buhari, who is now former president, he's exiting the Eagle Square and he's heading. He departs Eagle Square now, heading, as the tradition, he heads to the airport or the Air Force base.
That fast?
Immediately to the airport or the Air Force base. As you can see, his car, there are no flags on his vehicle. There are no plate numbers on his vehicle. He exits and he heads to the airport where he's been flown to.
Well, we already know where he's going to, and
is it Niger?
Yes, probably. The man seems to be so excited to leave the entire office, and we hope that this transition and his exit from the office, you know, does him good wherever he goes, whatever he does. And I'm sure people over there will be there to receive him right now. We'll be over there waiting to receive him. Now we have a new president.
Yes.
And, you know, if you see Danny Sikwe this morning, he has already aligned himself. He's putting on a Nigerian flag.
Yes.
And this is one thing we'll keep preaching here at Eagles 102.3. There's a new government. Regardless of what you want, regardless of what you think, it's time to realign yourself to be able to work in this government, to be able to do what you need to do. Life moves on, really. We don't know whatever the case at the tribunal is going to be. We don't know how this is going to turn out, but what we know is we have a new president, and it will do us so much good to support as much as we can so that we'll have a smooth running and a smooth government.
Yes, so the new president now is expecting the guard of honor, and he's taking his first salute around the Eagle Square. That's what is going on right now. If you watch the TV, you see he's waving. He's in the official ceremonial parade vehicle. He is heavily guarded by many of the security agencies. You see these guys, see their briefcase. Don't mess with him now.
Don't play.
That's Nigeria's number one. Don't mess with him
play.
right now. Don't mess with him. Bola Ahmed Tinubu, Nigeria's 16th president. What an event to behold. Trust me. After now, we would now hear him speak to us.
Of course.
That's the part I think everyone is waiting for. They just want to know what he has in stock for us.
If we're going to be going back to the circle of change, or we will stick to the renewed hope. I think I like, you know, their theme for this inauguration and the theme for this government generally.
Yes.
renewed hope. You're not making any promises, but yeah, I'm going to try what I can do to see that it works, and I'm soliciting your support as well. You know, a couple of people called here many times saying it's not about who sits on that seat, it's about who does what is necessary and what needs to be done for the country. So whichever way, whoever is on that seat, we hope that the needs of the people will be adequately attended to.
That's true.
That's what we really hope. We hope that everything that will be for the good of the common man will be put into consideration.
All right, let's see.
And 2007 remains a reference for good governance in Nigeria and across the region. Among the most consequential and impressive of his achievements as the governor of Lagos was his revolution of the state's environmental policies and the creation of thousands of jobs for Lagosians through the private sector partnership program he established. Other important achievements while governor of Lagos include education reforms, under which now thriving mission schools were returned to their original owners after decades of government control. Free education and West African Examination Council forms for school leavers, giving underprivileged children access to further education, more career opportunities, and better life prospects. Civil service reforms, which led directly to the introduction of a more responsive and expert-led civil service in Lagos. Judicial reforms and the Lagos Master Plan blueprint, which has been and continues to be followed with great success by all subsequent governors of Lagos. Also worthy of mention is that as a first-class financial strategist, His Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu overhauled and reformed government and revenue collection in the state, taking Lagos from a yearly internally generated revenue of 14.64 billion naira in 1999 to 60.31 billion naira in 2006. His innovations laid the groundwork necessary for Lagos to have the revenue to improve the state and modernize living conditions of all of its inhabitants. A graceful leader imbued with courage and commitment to justice, Bola Tinubu combines practical, political acumen, strategic vision, and moral principle. When the history of the first 2 decades of the 21st century in Nigeria is written, it will record Bola Tinubu's rare courage and foresight in guiding his party, the All Progressive Congress, to victory in 2015, and how, working with other patriots, he abolished the determined efforts of the then ruling party to turn Nigeria into a one-party. Much as he understands the game of power. Indeed, his democratic footprints go beyond Nigeria. They span the continent, especially in the immediate West African sub-region, where he has contributed personal resources, advice, and support to help sustain democracy and popular participation in many of the region's emergent democracies. His Excellency Bola Tinubu has served the cause of humanity and expanded the frontiers of freedom and democracy in Nigeria and the African continent. He is one of the Nigerians' foremost nationalists and champions of federalism. As one of the few leaders and champions of democracy with the potential and experience to improve the fortunes of his people, Bola Tinubu is the very best man, and today the 16th President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is happily married to his lovely wife, the 16th First Lady of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Her Excellency Senator Mrs. Oluremi Tinubu, and the union is blessed with amazing children.
Mesdames et messieurs, Son Excellence le 16e président de la République fédérale du Nigeria et commandant en chef des forces armées du Nigeria, DCFR, est né le 29 mars 1952. Il a été 2 fois le gouverneur d'État de Lagos, pendant laquelle il a fait des réformes durables dans les domaines pédagogiques, financiers, judiciaires et la création des emplois. Son Excellence a eu sa licence en l'administration des affaires, comptabilité et la gestion à l'université de Chicago, Illinois, aux États-Unis. Il a aussi travaillé comme l'unité supérieure à mobile.
Il va continuer avec les délibérations militairement. Ouais.
Thank you. That was the citation on His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. May I now hand over to my co-compare, Captain Anebi Ababa, to continue with the remaining parade.
Thank you very much, Flight Lieutenant Festus Ezeye, Mrs. Olubumi Badejo, and Mr. Mohammed Tijani for the wonderful citation of the special guest of honor on this auspicious occasion. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, at the end of the inspection, we shall witness shortly the parade commander seeking permission to continue with the rest of the parade.
May I have your permission to carry on with the rest of the parade, Your Excellency?
Presidential permission has been sought there and graciously granted by His Excellency, the special guest of honor and the reviewing officer for today's historic occasion. We can see the parade commander, Lieutenant Colonel Salim Yusuf Hassan, riding on a white horse named GMB to take his position to commence the march pass. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, please happy viewing.
Division into columns. Forming squad on the right and left. Kalapate leading by the center. Right and left wheel. Slow march.
Your Excellencies, most distinguished invited guests, very senior officers, ladies and gentlemen, still event unfolding here at the Eagle Square, where activities climaxing the presidential inauguration and swearing-in ceremony of the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, His Excellency, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR. Witness a while ago the parade now at the guards forming squad without changing formation. Before forming an extended line formation by the guards towards the saluting days, led by the color party. The essence is for the guards to pay their respect to the special guest of honor who has taken his position on the saluting days, and also for the reviewing officer to take a close look at the turnout of the guards who are impeccably dressed at close range. Before presenting arms to the special guest of honor, the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, Grand Commander of the Order of the Federal Republic. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, it will also interest you to know that the file pass towards the saluting days and the forming squads by the guards is another display of silent drill, as the guards are only reacting to the initial words of command given by the parade commander before the commencement of the march pass. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, please happy viewing.
Supérieur, les chefs d'État des pays africains qui nous ont honorés avec leur présence. Mesdames et messieurs, ce que nous voyons maintenant actuellement, c'est le membre de la force armée nigériane. Les escortes des drapeaux, des réduits, ils marchent vers le dias de salutation afin de montrer et justifier la loyauté de la force armée nigériane au président, son Excellence. Il marche majestueusement, calmement, avec la dignité, le courage, la fierté, qui sont les qualités de l'armée dans le monde. Vraiment kaléidoscopique, plein de couleurs qui signifient une nouvelle ère de la dispension, nouvelle dispension au Nigeria. Mon commandant, mon capitaine Agwapa, je passe la parole à vous.
Merci. Senior officers, ladies and gentlemen, what you are watching at the moment are the guards forming squad to the right and left of the parade ground, preparatory for the presenting of Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. To the left half of the saluting days, we have the number 1, 2, and 3 guards provided by the Nigerian Army. And to the right half of the saluting days, we have the number 4 guard provided by the Nigerian Navy. Navy color and the Air Force color being carried by commissioned officers to the colors. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, witnessed a while ago the various guards paying compliments, all to show their honorable loyalty to the special guest of honor. After paying compliments, we are now retreating back in an orderly fashion. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, please have
Mesdames et messieurs, comme vous voyez, il y a 6 gardes en parade ce matin. Nous avons le 2 premiers gardes composés de l'armée de la 4e garde est composée de la marine nationale. La 5e garde est composée de l'armée de l'air nigériane. Et nous avons aussi la 6e garde composée par la police national. Le président s'approche. Levez-vous.
Your Excellencies, most distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, as we sit back and enjoy this beautiful parade by these amazing officers and men, permit me to acquaint you with the significance of 21 gun salute, which is part of activities lined up for today's celebration. The 21 gun salute is a military tradition used to accord respect or honor to dignitaries. Generally, saluting is done using hand, sword, colors, small arms, and firing of artillery guns. Salute by gunfire is an ancient ceremony which originated in the 17th century and involves the use of artillery guns to fire ammunition, usually blanks, to welcome important dignitaries or commemorate an anniversary. Traditionally, gun salutes are presented to honor or welcome a foreign president or head of state on a state visit. It is also used to cover reopening days, marking on public holidays and independence anniversary celebrations. Others include Ascension Day, state funeral of a late president, and Independence Day. In Nigeria, gun salute is provided during Armed Forces Remembrance Day celebrations, inauguration parades, independence anniversary, and in honor of visiting presidents. Today we shall be witnessing the firing of 21 gun salute to signify the great respect and unflinching loyalty that the Nigerian Armed Forces and the Nigerian Police have for the exalted office and the personage of His Excellency, the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, Federal Republic of Nigeria. On that note, that I request our distinguished guests not to panic.
Well, the images you're seeing right there, of course, the Eagle Square is right there. But then that insert picture, that little box that you're seeing right there on the screen as well. Now outgone President Muhammadu Buhari family heading towards Daura at the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport right there in Abuja, heading towards the aircraft to finally go to Daura, as the president, what the former president had often said over and over again. Most certainly, I wonder the kind of emotions, not just for the president, but his wife and his children as well.
The entire first family.
After 8 years. I mean, first power is transient. As I said, he came into that arena this morning as the president. Now he's former president, just like that. I know that the current president says that he will seek advice, come knock on his door, and all of that. But the former president has been quite clear about what he'll be doing after his time in office. He said it time and again that he couldn't just wait to go back to his farming, to his livestock, and all of that. And I know for a lot of Nigerians, this might be an emotional moment as well. Looking back at the past 8 years, the promises made and the deliveries, the reality on the ground, it's going to be it's going to take a lot of retrospect.
All right, just giving you a quick update on some of the things going on. The parade is still going on. The president now has gone back to the stands to have his seats. He's greeting people, as we can see, while the parade is going on. But something very important is the fact that we're seeing a small image on the screen. If you're seeing that at home too, you can see the small image on the screen of the president, the former president, Nigeria's 15th president, Muhammadu Buhari, and his family getting into the presidential jet for the last time and heading over to Daura. We see those pictures from the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport.
Yes, and we see him making his way home. Farewell, Mr. President.
Yes, farewell.
Till we never meet again, because you can't be president again. But yes, farewell, Mr. President. It was nice while it lasted, or not?
Well, I think he's just going to. I mean, going to Daura is more like a ceremony because I mean, he can decide to come back and stay in Abuja or stay anywhere.
I'm not sure he's doing any of that, because he already said clearly that he was going back to his hometown in Daura, where he's going to look after his cows. And he added that if Nigerians happen to trouble him, he will go to his maternal home in Niger Republic.
Why is he behaving like a big baby?
Everybody is a baby. It only takes one thing to bring the baby out of them. So the man says he doesn't want any of such, headaches and all of that. But yes, we see that I think Buhari is the only president that, upon leaving office, he looked better than he got into office.
Oh, yes.
With Jonathan, we saw a lot of gray hairs.
Even with American presidents.
Yeah, seeing Jonathan at that time where he handed over to Buhari, and now the man looks so fresh and so rested. But Buhari is the only one that looks better going out of the office than he came in.
Yes.
So, yes, that is, Nigeria did some good.
We didn't
really stress this president at all.
No, we stressed him, but he didn't send us.
He didn't send. Honestly, he didn't send us. That's the one. Because when Nigerians are making a lot of noise online, and then he comes out and just say, this is what I want to say. You guys, your problem is too much. You children, I don't have time for you. And he just goes. But yes, that is his farewell, and he's heading to his hometown. And now we see the military doing all their matches, the normal ceremony. And I used to like all these things, It just makes us look like a collected people, people that are actually doing what we do. But we see some people calling us right now. Do we take calls?
Okay, are there calls coming in?
Okay, so that has ended. Of course, you can call us up and share your thoughts about this inauguration with we've asked you a couple of times, what do you expect from this government? Now is the time to spill it out. Personally, I expect ease the rate of, and seeing that other, presidents from other nations, are gathered here, I'm sure we will have a good interrelation with other countries, international relation, or how they call it. I'm sure we'll have such a good one with other nations, and that's like the most part of it. Let's see who we have here.
All right. Hello.
Are you there? Anyways.
Hello. Okay.
Let's keep up with this conversation. And yes, like Prince rightly said, these the president, I'm tempted to call him president-elect. The president right now has a lot of loyalists. The stadium is filled, or the Eagle Square is filled to the brim with people from different parts of the country, different parts of the nation,
and
different
parts of
the
Africa.
world, Africa generally, everybody here, This just, I don't know, I'm just somehow hopeful that this works out. I'm hopeful that it works out somehow. Now,
we're still seeing pictures from the international airport. We're seeing him depart.
Well, we also see the king and his queen together.
Yes. And the assistant king and assistant queen.
Together. What are your hopes? What are your thoughts on this inauguration? 090-7353-0044 or 090-8766-8888. And WhatsApp is 090-9705-4450. Weeks before now, months, we have been preparing for the inauguration. Now it has come and it is gone. It will be gone, in a few hours from now. Business will begin.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning and welcome.
How are you doing?
Fine.
Your name, please, and where you're calling from.
Yes, I am Alpha Isa. I'm calling you from the airport.
From the airport?
Yes. Can you hear me?
We can hear you loud and clear.
So, yes, I can tell you that this inauguration It's not all about celebration in this country. It's not all about us to celebrate. What will come after the celebration is what we really want. You can see many people, many Nigerians are suffering from abject poverty in this country. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Many people are suffering out of abject poverty. We are trying to strengthen our democracy, but all is turning around the citizens. All is turning around the citizens. We are not seeing the outcome of the democracy that we are practicing. Are you getting me?
Yes, we're
so
listening.
where are we heading to in this country? Where are we heading to? Yes, I can see the celebration so colorful, but what about the aim? What is happening in our country? Is this reflecting our democracy?
Anyways,
What is happening? What is happening in our country? Is it reflecting the democracy that we are practicing? This last administration, 9 minutes ago, they are still borrowing money. They are still borrowing money. Is that how democracy is supposed to be?
Well, government is in continuum, so you can never tell why they're borrowing money.
Yes, it's a continuous process. But where are they? For 2 months ago, 3 months ago, 4 months ago, they have not borrowed the money. Now, as they are going now, they are collecting money, leaving the debt for the incoming administration. So what I'm really saying is the democracy is not reflecting the abject poverty we are facing in this country. So I don't know. Even look at our judiciary. Something is happening to our system. That is all I can say for now. Something is wrong with our system. Thank you very much.
Thank you for your contribution. But yes, that's why we're happy about a new government, because at least we'll see some level of change. We hope. Right? So we cannot carry the grudges we have from the past administration, or what we have seen manifest in the past administration. We cannot carry it onto a new administration. We must allow these people to soar. They are in office. They just got into office now. We can only hope that they do us good. We can only hope that the administration favors us, favors the common man as much as possible. Now, talking about the democracy we are reflecting in our system whatsoever, we know that the matters regarding the election, when was it? The February 25th elections, we've seen that it's still at the tribunal. We don't know what's going to happen from on here, but our fingers are crossed. Nigerians have their fingers crossed and are hoping to see what the verdict about that will be. But we know that May 29th is sacrosanct and it cannot be changed. And this is what has just been done. The new president has been sworn in. Whatever the court decides will determine whether or not he stays in office, or whoever emerges or emerged at that election will remain in office. But what I can tell all of us is we need to put forth the right attitude. We cannot now decide that this government or this administration will be like the last. Regardless of what happens, open up your mind, open up your heart that to receive this government and just work with it. Right? They say when you hit rock bottom, the only thing you're going to have to do is to move back up. So now, regardless of the outcome of the election, we have found ourselves here. We cannot keep going back to what happened. What we can do is look for how to navigate ourselves through this new situation we have found ourselves while we wait for the court to decide whatever it is they want to decide.
All right, let's play some music now. We'll come back. We'll give you some more updates as we wait the presidential speech.
Of course.
First, from the president.
A couple of people will be making speeches as well, but we want to hear the president. We want to hear from him, mouth to mouth.
Yes.
Let's know exactly what you have planned for us.
All right, stick around. We'll stay here. Don't go
anywhere.